you box good, you can do this, you got this over him, you're gonna have to tighten up this, you're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass, you will do this to him. It's never like
yes man type
you know
stuff.
what I mean?
When he has, with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, and you stay working for a long time.
Terence Crawford shared what it was like talking to Floyd Mayweather after he started training for the Canelo fight. He said Floyd didn't just compliment him, he also gave useful advice. Mayweather spoke highly of Crawford's skills, but warned him to stay focused because of Canelo's experience. Their talk was serious, respectful, and focused on strategy.
That's a big boy. He's strong. You box good. You can do this. You got this over him. You're gonna have to tighten up this. You're gonna have to do this. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass. You will do this to him. It's never like
yes man type stuff.
I mean? It's like, hey, listen, that's a dangerous fight. But
that's the fight.
If it happened, you can win, but you're gonna have to be on your A game.
Floyd Mayweather recently joined Terence Crawford's training camp and even trained with him to help improve his skills. Mayweather was clearly impressed by Crawford's hard work and talent, calling him the best fighter in the world right now. He praised Crawford's focus and sharpness. Their training sessions were not just for show. They proved that Mayweather truly believes Crawford has what it takes to be a tough opponent like Canelo Alvarez. There was strong respect between them, and the intense training showed how seriously they are both preparing for this fight.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Crawford has always admired Mayweather's way of boxing, not just his skill in the ring, but also how he built his career and reputation over time. That respect grew into a real friendship. Crawford often gets small tips and advice from Mayweather, and actually uses them. Their bond is built on shared ambition, respect for legacy, and a clear understanding of what it takes to become truly great in the sport.
I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? You know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, bro, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
In all the recent training clips, Crawford looks fully focused and serious. He's clearly not taking this fight lightly. His fitness, technique, and footwork are being pushed harder than ever. Everything he's doing in training is to prepare for the challenge of facing a bigger and stronger opponent. The way he's sparring, practicing, and getting ready shows he understands how important this fight is. He's working on every little detail to make sure he's ready for whatever Canelo brings on fight night. Mayweather caused a stir when he brought up Canelo's past problems with performance-enhancing drugs. He questioned why the media hasn't been more critical and said that some fighters are treated more gently than others. This led to mixed reactions in the boxing world. Some fans agreed, saying there is a double standard, while others thought Floyd was just creating drama. No matter the side, his comments brought back old discussions about fairness and responsibility in boxing.
What we don't talk about is, Canelo. Steroids. They don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. He could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
Mayweather didn't just praise Crawford. He explained what it really takes to beat someone like Canelo. He talked about his own fight with Canelo and stressed that smart strategy is more important than just being aggressive. He told Crawford to stay sharp and focus on timing and smart moves. Floyd admitted it won't be easy, but he truly believes that if anyone can do it, it's Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, it was at 152 catch weight, but it had no rehydration clause. So you might as well just say it was at 154. Now, two things they have in common is that Floyd Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto and he had the fight with Oscar De La Hoya.
Instead of avoiding criticism, Crawford faces it head-on. He knows people are worried about him moving up in weight and fighting someone as strong as Canelo, but he sees that as part of the challenge, not something to be scared of. His confidence doesn't come from ego, it comes from hard work and preparation. He's going into this fight not just to compete, but to make a statement and prove the doubters wrong once and for all.
That's a fight because of the challenge. Yeah. I love the challenges, and I love the people that I hear them now. You too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147, that weight too big, this and that. I can hear now. And that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic. If Canelo gets through Jamel and then you guys fight, that fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah.
David Benavides has shown strong support for Crawford and believes many people are not giving him enough credit. He thinks Crawford's skills, focus, and mental strength give him a real chance to pull off an upset in the fight.
Ring Magazine, which is owned by Turkey, reported that Canelo and Crawford have agreed to the September date and that it's essentially on. What is your I know this has been rumored and talked about, but now it seems like a done deal. What's your reaction to this?
It's a good fight. You know, it's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for, I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, you know, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
I know you said, like, he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25.
Well, I mean, no,
just
Crawford is good. Crawford is good. And I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long, long time. And, you know, Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight. So I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long, long time. So, you know, Crawford, when he has, with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time, you know, you have a puncher's chance.
Shakur Stevenson also believes Crawford is the better fighter and has openly praised his skills. He disagrees with the idea that Crawford is too small for this fight, saying people don't realize how strong and capable he really is. Jeff Mayweather also sees Crawford as a very talented and complete fighter, but he warns not to underestimate Canelo, knowing how dangerous he can be.
Yeah, but
about that?
I think skills pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. Like, people think he's like very small.
He cut weight to get to 147, 154.
Yes. Yeah. He's not as small as like people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So like if you see him in
person and
he get on a scale or something, you wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day he might get on the scale weighing like 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford will beat Canelo.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, a long time ago. Yeah. No cap.
I did tell him after the Smith fight, I said, man, go get Canelo. You the greatest.
Yeah.
This era.
For sure.
Yeah, it's no question.
No question, yes.
Actually, back to the you and Terence working together, because you've shared everything you've learned from him. There was fans doing their homework in the Avanesian fight and in the Spence fight saying, actually, it looks like Terence may have taken a couple things from Shakur as well, not just Shakur taking things from Terence.
No, that's for sure.
Teddy Atlas has clearly said that he believes Crawford is too smart and too skilled for Canelo. He thinks Crawford's ability to adjust during a fight and read his opponents gives him a big advantage.
Come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is. But who's he beating? He unified the, what was his first division? Lightweight, then he unified the junior, then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher, a unified champion that he's been, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, who's going to be able, sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
Ariel Helwani made an interesting point about Canelo, saying his recent performances show signs of slowing down. He talked about Canelo's age and possible issues with his movement. On the other hand, Crawford looks more comfortable at a heavier weight and seems to be adjusting well to it.
Crawford, switch hitter. He did all right in his first fight at 54, but now he'll get more comfortable as a bigger guy. He's actually not that small, this, that, and the other. Yesterday on my program, Ade, I spoke to David Benavidez, and I asked him about this fight, and his response surprised me. I want to play this clip for you and get your response to David's answer. Here it is.
It's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25 just because of the size.
Crawford is good, and
of course.
I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long time, and Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight, so I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long time, so Crawford, when he has, with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, and you stay working for a long time, you have a puncher's chance.
Okay, so what do you make of that? What do you make of that response? I was a little surprised.
I need to clear up what he meant by 7 out of 10. Does he mean he's giving him a 70% chance to beat Canelo?
Yes.
Is that what it? Wow.
Yes.
I mean, who am I to disagree with Benavidez? Benavidez knows he's boxing, right? I mean, he might have shared the ring with both. I mean, with Terence Crawford. I mean, if anyone else was jumping up from 154 pounds to 168, not named Terence Crawford, I'd say this is crazy and they don't have a chance because they're fighting a guy that I still think is very, very good in Canelo. The reason I give Crawford a chance is because A, it's Terence Crawford and he's unbeaten, but B, I think Canelo's slipped just enough for me to think this is a real fight. This isn't Canelo that fought Golovkin second time round. I thought that was almost the best Canelo I've ever seen. It isn't that anymore. I've watched his last couple of fights. I've been lucky enough to have been at a few recent fights. The Bivol fight's taken something out of him. He doesn't throw punches and combinations. His feet have slowed just a little bit. And Crawford does throw combinations, and Crawford has really good feet.
The history between Mayweather and Canelo makes this upcoming fight even more interesting. Their fight in 2013 was one of the biggest in boxing, where Floyd completely outboxed Canelo and gave him his only official loss. At that time, Mayweather was already a legend, with many titles and an unbeaten record, while Canelo was young, full of hype, and seen as the next big star. Many thought it would be a passing of the torch, but Floyd made it clear he wasn't ready to hand anything over. Crawford's training has been focused a lot on his jab. In sparring, he uses it to control distance, break his opponent's rhythm, and create chances to land clean shots. He's been working with partners who fight like Canelo, and Crawford switches stances easily to keep them guessing. Amir Khan's opinion matters because he has fought both Canelo and Crawford. He admits Canelo has power, but also sees weaknesses in his defense. Khan says Crawford's speed and defense make him much harder to hit, and he believes Crawford's movement and quick counters could frustrate Canelo, making him a very tough challenge even for someone with Canelo's power.
Canelo's a beast, man. Canelo's a beast, and you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career there as well. So, whoever I was going to fight, I was going to give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were probably winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But, yeah, I was boxing well. But you know, one thing, size, now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, shall I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. That's still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, but Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight,
so you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well. And he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this, and another. But no, Canelo's still a beast.
I mean, Eddie Hearn says Dalton's level above Adam. What do you think?
I think today, Adam proved he is probably on the same level, but in my opinion, both guys wanted to fight each other just yet.
In Canelo's most recent fight against William Skull, fans were worried about how little he attacked, with very few punches thrown, which made some wonder if he still has the same energy and drive as before. Moving up to fight Canelo is definitely a big risk for Crawford, as the super middleweight division is full of strong fighters, and it's unclear if Crawford's power will still be effective. But his skills, ring intelligence, and ability to adjust might help him handle the size difference. This fight isn't just about strength, it's also about smart boxing. And Crawford looks ready to show he belongs at the top, no matter the weight class.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo, 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.